folks, howdy. Sean Brock here with you once again. Please subscribe if you wouldn't mind. I would sure enough appreciate you. And so we've got one here that is entirely different. It's entirely different from Joshua Young. This is a 12 fret Padauk, and this is the body is kind of wedged. It's so you got deeper on the treble side than the bass. and there's so many features on this guitar that it has a sound port, and we've had a ton of fun sitting here playing with the port open and the port closed. And this is just a very modern concept that's blending a lot of tradition. And we're gonna place this a little something here. And if you want, just check out the description box if you're interested in Joshua's guitars. And you know, you can see his website, everything, pictures and all that stuff. And check him out on Facebook, all the social medias. But this is a neat guitar. I like this guitar a lot. Of course, I'm a big fan of Padauk. And you know, if you're interested in something like this, just let him know, and you can get on his list. Well, let's check out a couple things, and then we'll unplug this sound port and try it both ways. You can tell I play a lot of 14 frets. Check out the treble on this though. Just a real nice round treble. That's one of the things I like about Padauk so much. So it has this unique quality Padauk does, to have both roundness with a great amount of sweetness, but also to brighten up if you want to. So it has sweetness and roundness, but it has clarity, not a piercing brightness, but clarity about it. It's kind of hard to explain until you play one. But you know, my first Young, it was his third guitar is a Padauk, and if you check out that playlist, it's on there. And you know, that was kind of the beginning of that was the first of his that had been on the channel. And I still, if somebody says, man, I don't know, I like mahogany, I like rosewood, I like this, I like that, I always say Padauk. Check out the bass. open this port up, or if I knock if I knock the cover off inside there, as I just did, let's listen to the last couple things just to hear the difference. And again on the bass. Really adds something. Of course, I mean, I got headphones on, but you can start to feel the air move across your chin. It's kind of nice. I think you get hooked on playing a guitar with a port in it, and I'd done that for years. Played so many and owned so many classical and flamenco guitars that had sound ports built into them, and of course, the tuning of the body has to be accounted for when you go to port a guitar, and it is in this situation. And that's when they're useful. You can't just drill a hole in the side of a guitar and hope it and pray that it works out, because it usually don't. The body tuning will be off, and it'll sound real good one way and real bad another way, and good in one key and bad in another. But that's accounted for here. And when you go playing one of these guitars with a port open, man, it is just such a enjoyable and selfish experience. You're like, man, I'm the only thing in the world that exists now. Strum a G chord here. This thing is loud as all get out, man. If you're on the outs with your spouse and you don't really care if they get mad if you buy a guitar or not, and you'd just like to drown them out, you might want to order up something like this, because it's especially Padauk is funny to me because it is heavy enough to it's got a just good rosewood qualities in it. It's African rosewood, but it's got good rosewood qualities in it. But also, I don't know, there's something in it that the bass comes out really clean, just really clean and nice. It doesn't get muddy-ish, and for some reason it's one of the more powerful projecting woods to me. It seems like I don't know. It's just so gratifying to play Padauk. Key of A. punches so well. I usually don't associate 12 frets with punch necessarily. See how clean it is. And that's just the nature of it. It seems like, especially in Joshua's guitars. So I've played mine, you know, obviously had it now well over a year. My Padauk, and now this one, but also there was one that was finished up around January. I got to end up playing over at Henderson Festival. A friend of ours in North Carolina has, and I was anxious to play it because it was kind of a copy of it was spec'd out just like my Padauk was, and it was just like the same guitar to me. You know, it embodied the same quality. So you kind of wonder if you just build one, you sort of wonder, well, is this just in this particular set, or is it something I did? But when you start seeing it be repetitive, it's just you kind of know what to expect out of this wood, and it's never let me down. I mean, I've said before, I think Padauk is probably just my favorite overall tone wood for backing sides. If I can't own multiple guitars, then Padauk just gives a lot of the very positive qualities of a rosewood, but can give you just a little bit of edge, like you might get from mahogany. B flat. Good night, man. This is just crazy. The farther down you go, too, another one of the attributes that his stuff always seems to have is it just continues to punch a little harder. You know, it's kind of like pushing the gas pedal, and your car goes a little faster and a little faster and a little faster. It just punches harder and harder the farther down you go. B, key of B. I didn't want to interrupt the sustain. Man, the sustain's very, very long too. I hadn't. I was so enthralled and so caught up with all the features, I hadn't even really thought about the way it sustains. But man, it's long. 5th fret. So check the tone color on this. So this is a very cool instrument. Once again, he went with the maple binding. I think all the Padauks that he's done maple binding, this flame maple binding. I said a trend, man. I'm a big maple guy, especially, you get an orangish, reddish Padauk. Maple looks good, man. Especially you get flame maple. That's just awesome. 12th fret to the body. And like I said, the body is the dimensions change, so it kind of rocks back. It's so neat because I'm one of these people that a lot of times I put my guitar out like that, and it comes from when I was a kid. Actually, the first Dreadnought I got, I was a little bit too small to play it, and I had to stand up. I would get behind the couch and put the waist over the couch, and I'd stand there and practice like that. And then I started playing a lot too. I would put my strap on, and I would almost have to. I was still small enough to where I'd have to kind of lay my guitar out like that. And over the years, I got bigger, and the guitar didn't. So that's why you see me. I do all this unnecessary humping up, bad posture stuff. And this guitar, it alleviates some of that. It kind of leans back into you a little bit. And it's just very, very comfortable to play in that way. And, of course, Padauk is gorgeous to me. I think it's really cool, really neat looking. This is a nitro finish. This is kind of a semi-gloss thing going here, a Martin-style bridge slotted with solid pins, 2 5/16 spacing on this, and bone saddle, bone nut, gotos again, gold gotos, and mahogany neck. Nice volute on this one too. He's got it down on the volutes and the headstock transfers. I always like that. That is nice. And it's just you got your sound port in there. It was kind of cool because it's made in the shape of a pig. and I think part of that is a kind of a joke. So it's easier to get your pick out if you drop your pick in. You know, you've got 2 points of access. But I thought it was a cool concept, the way he did that, making the cover of the port, and the port, you know, kind of a pick looking thing, and you know, the ability to play with it open or closed, and we've kind of tested, so you've heard it both ways, and just a lot of neat features in this instrument, and I've really enjoyed it. I really, really have, and I think you know, you can kind of compare it to what a 14 fret Padauk sounds like, and just make your own calls on it. 1 3/4 nut, vintage inspired neck here. You know, kind of some of the usual fare there, unless somebody orders otherwise. And that's what I know. But please subscribe and check out the description box and contact Joshua if you're interested in a guitar like this or like any other of his builds. You know, you can check out his website and see all the pictures you want. And I appreciate y'all. Hope everybody's doing good. Take care.